Teams being set around the NFL, which includes the Minnesota Vikings. An Adam Schefter tweet yesterday, Joe, homecoming. Panthers and Vikings are finalizing a trade for Adam Thielen to return to Minnesota. The trade details: the Vikings get Thielen, a conditional 2026 seventh-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick, and the Panthers get some pick swaps back there. Thielen starred for the Vikings 2013 to 2022. Now he returns, and he's excited. By the way, took a little pay cut to come back home as well, Joe.
Yeah, he did. And again, it's a win situation for Minnesota that, again, you're not just rolling in and getting a grip on Kevin O'Connell's offense. It's one of the more intricate offenses, and everyone will tell you. So there is a learning curve, but there won't be with Thielen because he's plug and play. I mean, the guy's already been in it, understands it, knows the guys, really good friends with Jefferson. So it's a win-win. For the Panthers, though, that leaves them with all, rookie and second-year guys. Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker in their second year. They're going to be your go-to. McMillan is the rookie. Well, there you go. A lot of young receivers now for Carolina and Bryce Young.
Yep, there you go. It's the way it is, and it looks like that's going to help that core. And also J.J. McCarthy, young quarterback trying to find his way, get a veteran guy that can route you up out there. Certainly makes some sense. He's not going to be routing anybody up. That is Rashee Rice, 6-game suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy here. He's going to come back in week number 7. I actually like, if I'm a player, Joe, I like this better. Don't bring me in for 3 to 4 games, suspend me for 6, and have me come back. Just let me know when my season is going to start, and the team itself. The NFL did that. He will be out multiple weeks to start the season and then ramp up his activities, and away you go after week number 7.
Yeah, listen, I mean, he is lucky. Let's be realistic here. This could have been just a total tragedy here, which we would never see Rashee Rice on a football field again. Now, he's lucky to have another shot at this. All right. He's not going to get another one. So hopefully he grows up and doesn't have to deal with this kind of thing anymore. But the reality is the Chiefs have been planning for this. They knew something was coming. And in all likelihood, they're okay. They can make it through the first 6 games without him. They would much rather have him in November anyway, as opposed to September. So I think the Chiefs are in good position here.
You know what else is a good position here to play? It's apparently safety in the NFL. Kyle Hamilton, $100 million extension, which includes $82 million guaranteed. You know what the previous high for that was? $45 million. My goodness, he broke the bank, and I guess you can say deservedly so here, Joe.
Somewhere Ronnie Lott's like, man, did I play in the wrong era? My goodness, $100 million for a safety. But you know what? Hall of Fame potential safety. Somebody you build a defense around. Ed Reed style with Baltimore. Love the signing. Lock him up.
This team is loaded for bear. No contract worries there in Baltimore. They got people signed. They got MVP performances on the horizon, possibly from their all-world quarterback. And do they finally get over the hump and at least get to a Super Bowl this year? Today's a Thursday, people, in the early line. Get excited, absolutely. It's Labor Day weekend coming up. We got a full slate of college football tonight, slate on Friday, a big-time slate on Saturday, which includes maybe the biggest game of the season getting played in week number 1. You love to see that between Ohio State and also Texas. But if I look 1 week into the future, Joe, if we skip over this weekend and just get the next week, NFL football for real on Thursday night with the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. NFC East supremacy could be on the line. NFC supremacy could be on the line. You know the Philadelphia Eagles are going to bring that second Super Bowl trophy out there, parade it around, drop that banner, and the season will officially kick off. We don't know if Micah Parsons will be there. We hope he's in the building. We hope he's playing because it's good for the better of the league. But as an Eagles fan, would love Micah Parsons sitting up in a box with Jerry Jones, hanging out, eating some, chips and dip and having a couple beverages, watching the Philadelphia Eagles pummel the Dallas Cowboys. But the focus here is on the AFC, Joe. We got NFC on opening night, and then the Kansas City Chiefs take the field and going up against the Chargers on Friday night in Brazil for an AFC showdown. But if we look at the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC, they're the favorites right now at a plus 340 price to win the AFC Championship and advance to the Super Bowl, something they haven't been able to do. Schedule certainly going to come into play, but how do you feel, Joe? The Baltimore Ravens, a week out from the season, are the favorites to win the AFC this year.
Well, and look at who they start against. They've got to go on the road to Buffalo to take on the Bills in game 1.
What a game.
And
what a game.
By the way, they're not the favorite. The Bills are a slight favorite in that game there. And it's also, I think, one of the only totals, Donnie, of week one in which we got over 50. I think it was 51 and a half. I think it opened up at 52. So talk about shootouts expected. But listen, if the Ravens can start off the right way, right? If they can go into Buffalo, beat the Bills at home, avenge the loss in the playoffs from a year ago, I think things will be looking up. But we all know not an easy place to play, even in September.
No, it's certainly not. And also, like, you're looking at the Ravens, there's no surprise to this. They've always been in that driver's seat here. It's like at pole position. Like, okay, it's us and the Chiefs. Let's see how we do. We always get good regular seasons, barring massive injuries for the Baltimore Ravens. It's what they do. We get home games in the playoffs for the Baltimore Ravens. It's what they do. We also get unexplainable losses in the playoffs where they just can't put it together. But if I look at every team in the NFL to start the NFL season, NFC and also AFC, and I just go man for man right down the line, I do think, Joe, the Baltimore Ravens are the most talented overall team in the NFL. There are no excuses. So sooner than later, we ask the questions on Lamar Jackson. Can he win a championship? And he said, oh, he's still young at this point. But there comes a point sooner than later. It's like, hey, man, you had some unbelievably talented teams. You've gotten to the pinnacle with a chance to get to the Super Bowl. And every time you get there, you don't perform. So how does this work, Joe? Let's just say this season plays out. The Ravens, double-digit wins. We'll call it 12. They went 12-5 this year. Maybe a first or a second seed in the AFC. Playoff win, but then get bounced again. Do we just keep running it back saying, oh, Lamar Jackson will eventually get there? Or when do we start to say, like, yeah, he's good in the regular season. He's just not clutch at all.
Yeah, but it's got to happen sooner rather than later, right? I mean, how long? We all know the window isn't open forever there. So, but they do have one of the better rosters. They've got a whole lot of young players. They've got guys, anchors that they've locked up now. So I think this is we're in that time frame now where it's put up or shut up time for Lamar. Forget about MVPs, forget about everything else. The only thing that matters for this Ravens team and Lamar Jackson to cement their legacy is he's got to get to the big dance and win it all.
Yes, he does. There's only one option left for him. MVPs, great regular seasons, Hall of Fame career. You got to win that Super Bowl. And the pressure starts to mount every single year. You don't get it done. Because we said, that team is really talented, but they're talented every year. It's a great organization. Got to get over the hump sooner than later. One of those teams that's looking to get over the hump also and get back to a Super Bowl when they lost 4 straight in the 1990s, that's the Buffalo Bills. I don't like the Buffalo Bills a lot this season, but you know what I like about them? Their schedule is absolutely fantastic. I don't think this is the most talented Buffalo Bills team that we've seen since Josh Allen's been in Buffalo. Quite frankly, I think they're missing a little bit at the wide receiver position and some question marks on defense. But when you look at that opening night that we just talked about between the Baltimore Ravens, let's just say they win that, Joe. Game number 2, the Jets, supposed to be not that good. The Dolphins, probably already imploding by week number 3. The New Orleans Saints, the New England Patriots. Then you play the Falcons. Then you get the bye. Like, I don't like the Buffalo Bills this season, but I love the schedule, which means I probably got to really like the Buffalo Bills then.
Well, I mean, listen, they're going to win the AFC East. If we're going to take them serious, they are going to win it. I mean, they've got the reigning MVP at quarterback. They've won, 5 straight AFC East titles now. I don't see a game in which, even this first one against Baltimore, and I don't see a game in which they won't be a favorite here. So I can't imagine them not having the opportunity to make a run at this again. So a lot of it, I think, is going to depend on the defensive side of the ball. They had some issues on that side of the ball a year ago, but it's a quarterback league, right? You got one of the best, but the window here is closing in a big way for the Bills. So you talk about put up or shut up time. Now is the time for them and James Cook and Josh Allen and company to get it done, at least get to the big dance here so we can see whether or not, or anybody outside of Patrick Mahomes, quite honestly.
MVP season for Josh Allen. Does it continue this year? Does it equate to victories? And also getting that number 1 seed, which is so important in the NFL. No longer 1 and 2 seeds, I should say, getting that bye. Just the 1 overall seed gets it, and that's key. And their schedule sets up wonderfully for them. The Kansas City Chiefs went to the Super Bowl last year after going 15-2 in the regular season. No Rashee Rice for the first 6 games. Those 6 games are the Chargers, which is a road game. Hint, hint, is a neutral site game. then the Eagles at home, at the Giants, Baltimore Ravens at home, at the Jags, then the Detroit Lions, then Rashee Rice comes back. How are we feeling about the 15-2 Chiefs last year entering into this season, Joe?
Again, in the same way I felt about Belichick and Brady all those years, it's like at some point you just have to be like, whatever, go ahead. We'll see you again in the playoffs, because the idea that somebody like a Denver or the Chargers is just going to overtake, that there's going to be a drastic decline in Kansas City, I think it's a pipe dream. We're all kidding ourselves.